Hey, Wagwan CHATBOUT families, this is Miss T, and today we're going back in time to June 7th, 1692, the day that changed Jamaica forever. We're talking about the devastating earthquake that swallowed the infamous Port Royal, known back then as the wickedest city in the world. Picture this, Port Royal sitting pretty on the tip of a palm-shaped peninsula. In the 1600s, this wasn't just any Caribbean port. This was the richest and most wicked city in the New World. We're talking about a place where pirates spent their gold like water. The streets were lined with taverns and gaming houses. Ships from all over the world dropped anchors here, bringing treasures and traders, pirates and privateers. But everything changed at exactly 11:43 in the morning on that fateful June day. The ground started to shake, but this wasn't just any earthquake. The sand beneath Port Royal turned to liquid, yes, liquid. Scientists called it liquefaction. Imagine the ground beneath your feet suddenly becoming like water. In just minutes, 2/3 of the city slid into the Caribbean Sea. Buildings, streets and people gone just like that. More than 2,000 people lost their lives that day. But the horror wasn't over. The earthquake triggered a tsunami, massive waves that swept across the harbour. Ships were lifted and carried right over the rooftops of the remaining buildings. Today, much of Old Port Royal still lies beneath the waves, preserved like a Caribbean Pompeii. Archaeologists have found thousands of artifacts, dishes still on tables, tools still in workshops, even food in cooking pots. Many Jamaicans at the time saw this as a divine punishment for Port Royal's wicked ways. The city was rebuilt, but it never returned to its former glory. Today, the ruins of Port Royal tells us an important story about nature's power and how life can change in an instant. Here's a little more tea for you. Did you know that after the devastating 1692 earthquake and tsunami in Port Royal, many survivors sought safer grounds across the harbour? They established what would become Kingston, building a new community that grew steadily in both size and importance. Kingston developed into a major commercial centre. Many merchants and traders relocated their businesses there from Port Royal. This migration and development helped establish Kingston as the foundation for what eventually became Jamaica's capital city. Next time you visit Port Royal, remember, you're walking on ground that holds one of the most dramatic stories in Caribbean history. And here's something to think about. Parts of the old city are still down there, under the waves, preserved in time. It's like a snapshot of life in the wickedest city, frozen forever on that terrible June morning. This has been CHATBOUT with Miss T. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more fascinating stories from our Caribbean history. Una what good. Come on then, help a sister out. If you like this content and want to see more, don't forget to subscribe, like and leave a comment below and tell us what kind of subjects you want us to cover.